We've all been there, right? You're driving along, following your GPS, thinking you're on the right track, feeling assured. Suddenly, bam! Detour. Road closed. Life, much like our commutes, is full of unexpected twists and turns. Sometimes these detours are minor inconveniences. Other times, they lead to consequences we never saw coming. This brings us to our story from the Bible, found in 1 Kings 13, about a prophet, a lion, and a very important lesson to learn. So, there's this prophet, right? He's on this epic journey, traversing vast deserts and rugged landscapes. It's not just any journey, it's a mission from God. God tells him to go to Bethel and deliver a message. This isn't just a casual stroll. It's a divine command with a purpose. Sounds simple enough, like a quick errand on a Tuesday afternoon, but there's more to it than meets the eye. But here's the catch. God specifically tells him, don't eat anything. Not a single bite. Don't even stop for a sandwich or a latte. Imagine walking past all those tempting food stalls and cafes. And whatever you do, don't take the scenic route back. No detours, no shortcuts, just a straight path. Now, you'd think that's pretty straightforward, right? Just follow the instructions and you're good to go. Well, our friend the prophet, let's call him Bob, didn't quite see it that way. Bob had his own ideas and interpretations, which led to some unexpected twists and turns on his journey. Bob delivers the message in Bethel like a champ. Mission accomplished. The crowd is captivated, hanging on his every word. He feels a sense of accomplishment, knowing he has fulfilled his duty. The people of Bethel are left in awe, and Bob is ready to head back home, feeling a sense of pride and relief. But on his way back, he encounters this old prophet, who we'll call Gary. Gary is a seasoned prophet, known for his unconventional ways and a bit of a mischievous streak. He spots Bob on the road and decides to strike up a conversation. The two men exchange pleasantries, and Gary quickly realizes who Bob is and what he has just accomplished. Gary, being a bit of a rule-bender himself, convinces Bob to grab a bite to eat. He uses his charm and wit to persuade Bob, making it sound like a harmless detour. Gary insists that a little food won't hurt and that they can discuss more important matters over a meal. Bob, initially hesitant, starts to consider Gary's offer. Gary's like, come on man, God wouldn't mind. Besides, I made my famous lentil soup. He assures Bob that it's just a small break and that God would understand. The aroma of the lentil soup is enticing, and Gary's hospitality is hard to resist. Bob's stomach growls and he starts to waver. So against God's direct orders, Bob caves. He sits down with Gary, and they enjoy the meal together. Bob tries to push aside the nagging feeling of guilt, convincing himself that it's just one meal. The conversation flows, and for a moment, Bob forgets about the strict instructions he was given. Now, here's where things get interesting, and a tad bit humorous, in a dark comedy kind of way. As they finish their meal, the atmosphere shifts. Gary reveals a surprising twist, a message from God confirming Bob's disobedience, and that his body will now not be buried in the tomb of his ancestors. Bob's heart sinks. The realization of his disobedience hits him hard, and the consequences start to unfold. Gary kindly saddles his donkey for Bob to use, and Bob goes on his way, but remember that lion I mentioned earlier? The one that seemed like a distant threat? Well, it becomes very real, very quickly. The lion, majestic and fierce, meets Bob on his way. Yeah, well, he shows up. Out of nowhere, the lion appears, and the tension in the air is palpable. Bob freezes, his eyes wide with fear and disbelief. The lion's presence is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. And let's just say it wasn't to invite Bob to a vegan potluck. The lion's intentions are clear, and Bob realizes the gravity of his mistake. The encounter is intense, and the consequences of his actions are now unavoidable. The humor in the situation is dark, but it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of obedience and the unexpected twists life can take. The story of Bob the prophet and his unfortunate encounter with the lion might seem like an extreme example. Imagine being in a vast, desolate desert, feeling the scorching sun on your back, and suddenly coming face to face with a ferocious lion. It's a scenario that seems almost too dramatic to be real, yet it serves as a powerful metaphor. Let's be real, we're not going to get eaten by lions for disobeying traffic laws or sneaking an extra cookie from the jar. In our everyday lives, the consequences of our actions might not be as immediate or as life-threatening, but they are still significant. Think about the chaos that would ensue if everyone decided to ignore traffic signals, or if children never learned the value of honesty and self-control. However, the story highlights a universal truth. Disobedience, even in seemingly small things, can have significant consequences. A small mistake can set off a chain reaction, much like a single domino causing an entire row to topple. It's in these moments of reflection that we realize the weight of our choices and the far-reaching impact they can have on our lives and the lives of those around us. It's a reminder that God's instructions aren't arbitrary rules. They're given for our good. These guidelines are like a map, helping us navigate the complexities of life. Just as a hiker relies on a trail map to avoid getting lost, we rely on these divine instructions to keep us on the right path. They are designed to protect us, to guide us, and to help us grow into better versions of ourselves. So, the next time you're tempted to stray from the path, remember Bob, the lion, and the importance of listening to that inner GPS guiding you towards the right path. It's not just about avoiding danger, it's about embracing a life of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. Every decision, no matter how small, is a step on the journey. Choose wisely, and let your inner compass lead you to a life well lived. So remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.